Hello, and welcome. So great to see you here. I see Mumsy in the house and Aurora in the house. Thank you so much for joining today. Really appreciate that. I know Aurora's been on our music games and things, but not always over here on the crazy crimes of Cambodia. So glad that you're here. I've got a few. I didn't put in like all the there was a lot of cracking down on online scammers, right? Sahanikville and here and there, and these people arrested. There were a lot of stories, so that's good. There's been a huge crackdown on the online scam centers and the people working in them. So. But I didn't put any of those in here. I thought it would just make it too long. So I've got enough stories. So let's get to them. First up, foreigners victim of Phnom Penh bag snatch. So really, if you're a tourist coming to Cambodia, bag snatching is probably the worst crime that you're going to have to worry about. Okay. And so this guy, apparently he's not happy. Got his bag snatched about 11:40 p.m. It can happen any time of day, though. Here he is telling police what happened. The tuk-tuk driver said that before the incident, he had transported 4 foreigners from the bus, from a bus station. They arrived at whatever road, and then 2 suspects riding on a motorbike suddenly came and stole the foreigners' bags and fled. The tuk-tuk driver said that he immediately gave chase, but the 2 foreigners demanded that he be taken to the van to travel to Siem Reap. And the other 2 foreigners whose bags were stolen returned to the scene together, missing the trip to Siem Reap. Interesting. So he was transporting 4 people. It was funny. It says from to the bus. So they were going to catch the bus. And when they stopped, their bag. I wonder if the bags were like suitcases then. Doesn't say. It just says bags. There you go. It happens. Okay, next up. Okay, so I've got 3 stories about like the Thai-Cambodian border tensions. First up, we've got some video. This just happened yesterday. First let me set the stage. All right. There's this one particular temple. There's a few temples along the border between Thailand and Cambodia, and it's disputed. Are they Thai temples or Cambodian temples? Well, they probably go back to the Khmer Empire when it was all one big area. There was no Thailand or Cambodia. It was just all the Khmer Empire. So anyway, there's been this kind of agreement that visitors from Thailand can go see this temple. All right. The Cambodians don't. I mean, it's not like they have to go through passport control, border control, enter the country, enter Cambodia as tourists in order to go to this temple. They can go from Thailand to this temple. And when they do, they're usually escorted by Thai soldiers to make sure they're protected. Okay. And everybody gets along. There's Cambodian soldiers, there's Thai soldiers. Everybody just make sure that nothing happens. And everyone goes on their way. I think we saw last week that there were like some of the Thai tourists were upset that the Cambodian tourists were wearing a scarf called a kroma with the Cambodian flag on it. And so, that, in fact, there was one story. I knew there was a third story. An additional story. And that was something about I think a Thai tourist had a flag. I don't know. So, like, it didn't say it was a flag on a scarf. It was like they had a flag. But when I was going back through the stories to get them for you, I didn't see that story. I don't know if it was taken down or if I just missed it. But there was a story about the something with a flag. Anyway, so what happened yesterday were the Thai soldiers actually refused to let the Cambodians, go to the temple. So they're standing around the edge of the temple, but and the video is quite amazing. However, thankfully, it resolved itself. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear this one. Oh, Chalet is in the house. Woo. You'll be able to hear it. So, let me pause it for a moment. These black berets, are the Thai soldiers, and the just regular camo military here, camouflage uniforms, are the Cambodian military. So these here in a solid greenish gray with black berets, that's the Thai soldiers. They're kind of saying, go away, go away. And they're going, and so, but they're all standing on this temple. This is the Thai soldiers. Standing on the temple, not allowing anybody Cambodian to approach the temple. So this is a Cambodian because she's wearing the chroma. Now you guys can hear this, right? The tone, I don't know what they're saying. They're speaking in Thai. Even if they were speaking in Khmer, the Cambodian language, I probably wouldn't be able to understand everything they're saying. But the anger and the vitriol in the tone of this Thai soldier that's screaming from the top of the temple, not nice. Not nice at all. So anyway, enough of that. So I have to say, though, that for both sides, the boots on the ground, good job not escalating this, because it could have very easily escalated into a situation that could start a war, So good job that they were able to calm this down and have some whatever resolution happened. But this was just yesterday. So things are kind of heating up. So the next story, this time, this was a physical thing. And there is video of this too, but I'll show you. So this guy, let me explain with the picture so you kind of know what to expect in the video. This guy with the white face mask is a Cambodian soldier. All right. there's a face just behind him who is not any kind of military. He's Thai though. So he comes up and pushes the Cambodian soldier. And then immediately thereafter, I mean, it was like it was planned between these two. This guy, you see his fist drawn, he's going to haul off and slug the military, the Cambodian military guy. And so here's a picture of him pulled from it may or may not have been from this particular day. It could just be a picture of him from the internet, because basically in this story, this is a follow-up story where they're identifying who this guy is. They figured it out. They know who he is. And so the man, the soldier, right, and another unknown man, depressed in civilian clothes, he was wearing civilian clothes, attacked Lieutenant Colonel Rin Rem, that's the Cambodian soldier, right? So now the Thai sources have identified him as a former paramilitary ranger, this is his name, the head of a paramilitary ranger club at this particular camp in this particular province. And he's also part of a war veterans network. So after serving as a soldier, the man is currently the head of an opposition party's fundraising movement in Bangkok, and is also the head of the Veterans Association office of this particular province. He is also known to be the leader of a recent protest at the temple when a group of approximately 500 Thai people protested at the border in front of Tom Temple. Okay. So it seems like this guy is trying to start something. This guy wants a war so that they can so he's Thai and he wants the Thai government to change. He's part of their opposition party. And so in his mind, apparently, in his mind, if he could get a border conflict started, then it would have a reason to have a rebellion, a revolt against the government and change the government. Okay, so here's the video of this going down. And this was a couple of days ago. Oh, this didn't show it very well. Like, well, maybe it goes back. Maybe it still does like a replay. This is him after he got hit. Oops. And then there's a Thai soldier that's like helping him. Is like, whoa, what just happened? So let me see. They're standing here. Oh, if I go like this, it has this on the top. Okay, wait. Shaking hands. See that guy jumps on his back and then he slugs him. And then they run away like cowards. So there's that. Oh, well, it's got to happen once, right? Okay, this is the guy that I was just talking about. There's the still picture. I was saying this guy with the white mask is the Cambodian soldier that gets hit. This is the guy behind him that pushes the soldier. And it's actually better because now I can play it for you. If my mouse was over the video, then these words were along the top and you couldn't see it. But now I know if I just move my mouse outside, then that's going to disappear and you can see everything. So the guy in the black shirt kind of pushes him from behind, and then the other guy hauls off and slugs him. And it's good that it, a conflict didn't start, right? Again, everybody had level heads. Yeah, sorry about that, Aurora and Mumsy. Thank you for pointing it out. Although I don't actually see your comments when I'm over when when I'm on the other tab. Oh, it's still wait. It is still not. I clicked share this tab instead. Okay, now you guys can see it, right? Hey, Zach, good to see you here. Oh my goodness. And Shalay putting her hands at like, what's going on? Thank you guys for hanging in. Oh, so I'll play the video again for you. Now that you can see this and you can see my mouse, right? So the guy in the white mask is the Cambodian soldier. This guy right behind him is wearing all black. He jumps from behind and pushes him. And then immediately, it happens really fast. And then this guy hauls off and slugs him. And you've already heard me talking about who he is. Okay, so here's the video. The umbrella kind of goes in the way. You kind of like, watch. Hey, you guys! Hey! Make sure he's okay and everything. So there, finally, yes, Mumsy, finally. Oh goodness. Okay, share this tab instead. So the last Thai border story, I found this kind of funny. So here we have, again, Cambodian soldiers in the camouflage and Thai soldiers in the black berets. These people are Thai citizens and they've got their little bags, right? They've all got bags because they were trying to cross the border illegally into Cambodia, looking for work in Cambodia. I think this might be the first time in recent history that this has ever happened. Usually it's Cambodians trying to cross the border in, Thailand or Vietnam, whatever. They're going out of Cambodia looking for work. I think this is the first time anybody's come into Cambodia looking for work. So this was definitely a little bit crazy. But I think that one of the things is there is some significant impact to Thailand with the border being closed. The trade between the two countries was more Thai goods coming into Cambodia to be sold, importing into Cambodia more than Cambodia exporting into Thailand. So it's not hurting Cambodia to close the border as much because it's like one of the big things is milk, as you're going to see in a story coming up. And so milk and dairy, Cambodians preferred Thai milk and dairy. And so now that that's cut off, they've just been importing more Vietnam, more milk and dairy from Vietnam. So we still have milk on the shelves, right? It's just not from Thailand. So it's like they're just having to choose different brands, but we still have everything we need, right? Okay. Let's see if I said anything. Okay, no. So next up, we've got Cambodia to enforce military conscription law, which is the draft. We all know it as the draft. But in a lot of countries, I think Switzerland and Malaysia also, they have like a mandatory time of service. It might just be 1 or 2 years where you serve in the military, you get training, and then you leave and you go do your life. But then if anything ever did happen in the future, they have people that they can call upon. So it's not like in the US when the draft was because there was a war going on and you were going to be sent somewhere to fight. No, 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 no. They're just, and it's been on the books. This law's been on the books for quite a while, but they haven't enacted it. And so now they're going to enact it in 2026. And basically, anyone, male and female, okay, between the ages of 18 and 30, in 2026, you will have to report for military service. So that'll be interesting to see what that does with jobs, you know. So that's just interesting. People that don't have jobs there's going to be a lot of job openings when people go to do their service, I would guess. I don't think that I would like to see a news story about that. It says that they will undergo 2 years of training, after which they may volunteer to remain in the military or reintegrate into society as disciplined and well-trained individuals. You know, so there's that. Next up, okay, here's our milk. Milk smugglers busted at the Cambodian-Thai border. What condition? I mean, we all know milk needs to be refrigerated. Now, granted, here in Cambodia and also, throughout Asia and throughout Europe even, they have this milk that's like UHT milk or something. It's been pasteurized and processed in a way that it doesn't need to be refrigerated as long as it's sealed, and it's sold in boxes, right? And so the box milk, is just on any shelf, but everybody knows. And so then they'll call this fresh milk, and that has to be refrigerated. How long has it been in the trunk of this car? So we got black market milk that is not going to be good. It's not refrigerated, so good for catching it. And, but it's funny that, people are going to try and, get away with what they can. They're going to seize the opportunity as they find it. Make hay while the sun shines, but that's not in a good way. Next, we have a tragedy. I didn't see the whole story, but I thought I'd go ahead and include it. We'll see what happened. Tragedy at Love Island as a teenager drowns. So you can see this is the lake, I guess. I don't know if it's a lake or a river. But a joyful trip turned into a tragedy for a group of teenagers who visited Cambodia's Koh Sneh, called Love Island at the weekend. It was 2:30 in the afternoon. So that is the Mekong River, okay? Kampong Cham province. So this is the Mekong River. The victim was a 16-year-old girl. She went with a group of friends to this popular place and decided to go swimming. Says bathe in the waters, but kind of, well, I guess they're not calling it swimming because it's not like sport swimming, but just play in the water, right? But then she got into difficulties along with another group member who was saved by the onlookers, but they could not save her, and her body was found later drowned. And it's really sad that there's a lot of drownings in Cambodia. You can see the Mekong River is very wide in some places, and if you get too far and too close to the current, the current is very strong and can sweep you away. There's a lot of drownings. A lot of Cambodians don't know how to swim, even in small ponds that are on just a private property. they'll drown in a pond, So sad and tragic. Usually show us egg smugglers. Now we have milk smugglers. I know. So you have been here for a while, Aurora. That's awesome. Okay, next up, landmine blast kills a farmer in Battambang province. We have had some of these before, but I just thought I would have a reminder that there are still landmines. In fact, there was another story, news alert thing, reminding citizens that with the rainy season, what happens is the land gets waterlogged, and old mines or bombs that were dropped from airplanes, any kind of arms that were ended up buried in the ground. Over the years, they start moving up and closer to the top of the dirt. So, and this man didn't make it, and that really mangled his tractor, though, didn't it? So, yeah. Happened on July 13th. 36 years old. It was an anti-tank mine explosion. He was in Battambang province. So rest in peace, but people still do have to be careful that landmines are a possibility. Next up, man arrested for pipe assault after being refused money. How much money? 10,000 real, which would be $2.50. So the stories used to be. We had one last week for $7.50. Does it give us an amount? It was a bank employee and a police officer that he assaulted with this pipe. That's a pretty strong pipe, too. 27 years old. Was arrested by citizens and security guards and handed over to the authorities on July 12th after breaking the nose of a bank employee and breaking the window of a police car in front of a Silida bank in Kandal province. So this is the standard. Oh, poor! Look how poor this motorcycle is. But it's standard for the police to make the suspect hold their weapon or get a photo with the weapon. The bank employee was 32 years old that had a broken nose. The second victim was a 49-year-old police officer who suffered 2 broken car windows. The violence and destruction of property occurred when the suspect asked for money from the victim, the bank employee, but did not receive it. And so then he hit him in the nose with the pipe wrench. Well, with this pipe. I don't know why they're calling it a pipe wrench. And then attacked the police car. So there you go. That's all we got. That's all we got. We don't know how much. Wow. Yeah. It happens. All right. Share this tab instead. Woman undertakes a solo moto odyssey to give birth. So here's this woman on her way to the hospital or arriving at the hospital. She's in labor. Here's her with the baby. I guess she brought like a basket with, whatever she wanted to take. Might have been nicer if it was in a backpack, but whatever, that she's got that. Maybe she kind of felt like that was helping hold her stomach up too. I don't know. But she had to cross a river and drive herself to the hospital to give birth without assistance from her husband, who was apparently sleeping. So she realized she was about to give birth. She got up. She put a flashlight on her head and drove to the hospital on her own. The husband finally arrived 2 hours after the birth of the couple's son. The child and mother are in good health, and it's hoped the father will now be more active in his paternal duties. Ooh. Well, whatever. Looks like he's quite a bit older than she is. I'll let you guys decide. She's probably like close to the same age as Chani, which would be, Chani's 27. But this guy looks a little bit older than 27. He looks more like he's like 40-ish, at least, maybe 50. And that's it. Made the news. Not happy looking. Yeah, take the baby home. All right. Next up, we have a bad Samaritan steals porridge seller's belongings after a fall. So this guy needed some porridge, I guess. I don't know. A callous individual who sported the odd moniker of Hot Dog Boy, see, Hot Dog Boy on his t-shirt, is in police custody after he looted belongings from the victim of a fall. Okay, so about 10:20 a.m., he stole money and a phone from the victim, a 19-year-old woman. So she sells porridge, and she fell from her moto. And he's 30, lives in the same village. Yes, was soon arrested by police. Like, people aren't going to recognize him. Villages aren't that big. You pretty much kind of know everybody in your village. $100 and an iPhone, which the police were able to return to the victim. So yeah, shame on you. Shame on you, Hot Dog Boy. Aurora says, my grandpa put my grandma on the back of his bicycle and pedaled to the hospital when she was about to have her first child. Oh my goodness, that's a great story. Thank you for sharing, Aurora. Okay, next up, a man found dead with stab wounds in Phnom Penh. So they didn't even pixelate this out. I guess they figured it was small enough that they didn't need to pixelate it, but there's the guy laying on the ground. It's interesting how his arm is positioned. So he must be in rigor mortis. So police are investigating. He had stab wounds to his head. He was discovered around 10 a.m. last week. Oh, in Choi Chamar. I live in Choi Chamar. I don't recognize this part. Interesting. Trying to see if I can recognize what's over here. He's estimated to be around 30 years old. The public, just citizens were there, found him. So forensic experts are going to examine him and figure out how he died. And the police are also questioning residents in the area. So there's that. Next up, we have an inebriated man's shock after moto stolen whilst he slept in the road. So this guy decided to take a nap. Let's find out what happened. He thought he would catch 40 winks on a public road, but he was shocked when he awakened to discover that an opportunistic thief had stolen his motorbike while he slumbered. Happened about 2:30 a.m. in Phnom Penh. According to the victim, before the incident, he rode a pink Honda motorbike, leaving home to drink at a bar where he met up with friends. After drinking, he rode his motorbike home, too drunk to go home. So he stopped his motorbike to rest and sleep on the road where the incident occurred. At that moment, two suspects stole the motorbike and took it away. When the victim woke up, he was shocked, did not see his motorbike. He left the place where the motorbike was lost and went to Vang Sring Road. He asked the public to help him contact the authorities to help find his motorbike. He's a 32-year-old man. So this guy is 32 years old. After the incident, police arrived. They questioned him. They took him to the location where the suspect took the motorcycle and asked him to file a complaint so they can search for the suspect and arrest him and punish him according to the laws. They're using singular here. but yet two suspects stole the motorbike and took it away. So I don't know if they've got like some security footage or something that they see that there's two people, like could be two people on a motorbike. They ride up, one of them gets off and takes this guy's bike. So the two of them are go away on two bikes. So it becomes singular for the one that actually stole it. Not sure. Okay, and our last story. Missing husband was actually a phone thief. So this guy, he was arrested, right? But his wife didn't know. So she was worried, and she went to the police to report him as missing, and the police were able to tell her that no, he's actually in custody for phone theft. So he committed the theft at 11:30 a.m. on July 7th. And so he was arrested. His worried family asked police for information, believing he had gone missing while going to visit his siblings on July 4th. Well, that's fishy. So he actually left on July 4th to go visit his siblings, apparently. And for 3 days, they don't have any contact with him. And on the 7th, he's stealing a phone. Anyway, he was still in police custody at the time of this story. So that's it. Yeah, that's our crazy crimes this week. And before anyone runs away, please let me remind you that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you're watching this, I love you. I do. And so does the baby. Well, cats can be aloof sometimes. You say hello, baby? No. Yeah. It's your baby. It's your baby. Baby Wilbur. No. Okay. Watch this. Watch this. Tuna? Tuna? You want tuna? You want tuna? Tuna? Yeah, she wants tuna. I'm going to give her some tuna. Meow, Chalet. I hope your cats aren't going crazy. So I'm going to give this one some tuna. Tomorrow we'll have a game. I haven't made my own game yet. Today was Wednesdays are rough for me because I have my morning class at the university, and then I have my afternoon class where I teach at a business where I teach English to their staff. And so I was basically gone from 8:30 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a long day for me. Hey, True Crime Unleashed. Good to see you. Nice. It's been a while. You'll have to watch the replay. We're done. And I got to feed my cat tuna. Yeah, I know you want tuna. But tomorrow we'll do some kind of game. I don't, if I have time to make one, I'll make one. Otherwise, we'll just find something to play. So don't worry. We'll have fun together. And so until then, catch you later. Big hugs, everybody.